All right, what's good, everybody? You rocking with the one and only. Like, share, subscribe as usual, per usual. Let's do it. All right, our story here. Welcome another person. Social media goes in after Lil Uzi Vert poses in new campaign for Marc Jacobs. So he was in polls, and again, they joke on his dress style and different things. The only thing I really gotta say, man, you do a lot of hinting, like subliminals to Satan. You do a lot of pointing to him. Your name, Little Uzi Vert, supposed to mean Little Uzi, Lucifer, however you put it. Man, you're bigging up something for attention for this world that you don't have to. There's no other musician doing that. You need to find a relationship with Jesus Christ, Uzi Vert. I mean, I could tell you, just the city of Philly itself, like as I'm used to, since we're on the same side of the hemisphere, I'm telling you, it's not a game. At any given moment, somebody can come try and take you out for your things. You gotta have a relationship with God, man. That's what's gonna keep you safe. And you're gonna hear that when I'm reading. You're gonna understand that. You know what I mean? God's always looking to do better for you, more better than you do for yourself. You don't understand that. Genesis chapter 25, starting at the 22nd. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban. Now, remember, we talked about Laban and Jacob. We're back there looking at their story, okay? Now, Uzi Vert's story went there. Laban, the Syrian, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. That means he was asking her to help. He was calling out to God and saying, help me bear children. Right there. He wasn't complaining. He wasn't yelling at God. He was calling out to God, asking for his help. Who does that? None of the people I know that bash religion, that's do with my religion, do that. None of them. Let alone pray. They don't even pray. The Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. That means he really was into helping him right there. He really was looking out to help him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived right there. Because he called out to God in honesty, in truth, he gave her the ability to have children right there. You got to call out to God in honesty and truth, backing everything in this book thus far. Okay, let's go. It gets deep. And the children struggled together within her. Wait, hold on. She conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she's going to ask the Lord. This is what you have to do. You have to speak to God. She went in prayer and asked the Lord. Okay, get this. This is them praying. And remember, we don't pray out loud, so there's nothing to read that they said because they're praying to themselves in silence. Yo, let's go. These dudes, yo. And am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the people shall be stronger than the other people, and the older shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. We're going to get back to the heel because God's the real savage. All praise the Most High God. He's the real savage. Let's go. Twins in her womb, and it came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So she was 30 years old when she had them, right there. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter right there. He's a cunning hunter. Who does God talk about being cunning? Is it not the deceiver? So right there, it shows you where Esau was. He was a cunning hunter. Cunning. That means very tricky. And God, what does God tell? We're not even there yet. God tells you to be cunning like a snake and to be what? Yo, we're getting there, yo. We're getting there. It's getting real now because it's really hitting on the main parts. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. Right there, they had both their picks. One loved the other, one loved the other one. You know how parents favor the actions of a child? That's the way it was. So that's the way they came up, and you can see when they come up. We're going to get back and revisit that story. But quickly, I'm going to give you your reading. Genesis chapter 25, verse 29 to 34. 29 to 34, and then we'll be back on track. So let me read a sample of 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day your birthright. When you're reading there, he remember the cunning hunter. Jacob introduced something to the cunning hunter. Remember, he said, sell me your birthright because he was the oldest. He was like, make me the oldest. So literally, he did. So as you read, he did give him his birthright. So Esau willingly gave up his birthright for food, in exchange. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? He gave it up, but he regretted, because he didn't like it. He had a problem with it. Because that's the thing. He didn't like, remember, did not the deceiver have a problem with God ruling? Did not? Come on, man. Let's go. Let's keep going. Right there, exactly, God and Satan's intertwined relationship. They were together. He was his child too. He's still part of his child, and you're going to see when the reading is coming. It's coming. He's still his child. That's the only reason. You say, why does he allow? Because he still sees him as his child. He's God. He's almighty. He's stronger than him and you. So he doesn't look at him as a more powerful being. He's just another person, another thing. Even if he is a spirit too, he's still another issue that he got to deal with. That's all. He doesn't have the same anger we have, but he loves us so much. He deals with everything we deal with. Remember, he loves us. The devil still is creation, but he loves us. He don't love the devil. He has no love for him. He loves you. Okay, by scripture, 2 Chronicles, starting here at the 18th, and say, thus saith the king, put this fellow in the prison and feed him with bread of affliction. That means moldy bread, basically afflicted bread that has something wrong with it. Listen, this is what the king said. Return and hold on. Water of affliction until I return in peace. And Micaiah said, if thou certainly return in peace, then hath not the Lord spoken by me? And he said, hearken, all ye people. So thinking of Israel, and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and will go to the battle, but put thou on thy robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to the battle. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of the chariots that were with him, saying, fight ye not with small or great, save only with the king of Israel. And it came to pass, when the captains of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, it is the king of Israel. Therefore they compassed about him. So these guys were supposed to sit there and be around him and protect him. They didn't do that. And he was left in this situation. Now let's keep going. With the king of Israel, and it came to pass, when the captain of the chariot saw Jehoshaphat, that they said, is the king of Israel. Therefore they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him. So listen, he got help from the Lord. But keep in mind, the Lord helped him at that moment. See, when you call on the Lord, he helps you at that moment. He cried out to the Lord helped him with that. But remember what he did earlier, I just read to you. Remember, see, he said, feed the guy bread of affliction, water of affliction. He wanted affliction to him. So now comes his affliction. Let you see, God is the real savage. His affliction came next. Right there, he fed him afflicted bread, afflicted water. God didn't forget that. He said, "Oh, you fed him that? Okay." God let him go ahead and feed him that. He's getting fed afflicted food, so he gets sick and die. So God said, "Okay." So God allowed an affliction to come upon him. Right there. And God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass that when the captains of the chariots perceived that was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him. So basically, they saw there was guys around the king of Israel. They tried to bring him in secretly to just like to be a spectator, but he got peeped from a distance by an archer. So he hid himself from the warriors, but the archer saw him and said, "Wait, that's the king over there." And really took aim. And if you keep reading, when you read your thing, you're going to see he kills him. We're going to get to that because I don't have that reading here, but he ends up killing the king. And we're going to get to that. That's going to come up in a different scenario. The king dies. And the way he dies and stuff, I talked about it in a long read, but understand, it fits hand in hand. That went perfectly with a Quavo situation with Migos and stuff, but it's going to fit another situation. I explained and broke it down the story in a video where I talked about the Migos, where it really went into detail. That was the second part. Now, everybody who saw that, this is the first part. So you saw that the king gave afflicted bread and water to this man that was in prison because he didn't like something he did. So he's eating good bread and water, but he says give him bad bread and water. He's already in prison. Why give him bad food and water? You get what I'm saying? That's how wicked people are. They try and double down on your shame, try and rub their foot in something you do and make it worse. Like, you're already in prison. Why are they making it worse? Like, that's what they do. That's what wicked men do. He was wicked. So God allowed wickedness to come upon him. And God, you see how God still helped him when he called out to him? Right there. A wicked man got to have the heart and mind to call on God. So Uzi, you need to call on God. You need to find a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's what you need to do, fam. You need to look up Jesus and read about Jesus. He's not going to let you squeak in having not read the book and did anything he said. You're going to go to hell. It's not going to hell because people's in your music. You're going to hell because you're not finding Jesus. Because they're going to find God. Trust me. You're rich, all that money, living crazy. They're going to have to find God to survive. You're going to look at your money and you're going to look obviously to Satan as you've been. Turn from the deceiver and find the true Christ. Stop getting tricked. You're getting tricked, little kid. Man, y'all being little boyed by a demon that is dead, that got killed. Like, you're in derision from a dead demon. Like, you're stupid. You're in derision from a demon that got slaughtered. How? How are you being tricked by a defeated foe? How does a defeated enemy trick you? Fam, find God. Find him. Uzi Vert, find him. Because the other readings I have, that I did a couple more because I saw the stuff you're doing. Man, bad things are rushing your way. I'm telling you, it's going to get nasty for you, fam. God is not with you right now because you don't honor him. You honor Satan. Satan's not going to help you. He's trying to kill you. All you do is get up on the net and you wear clothes and stuff with imagery of Satan, bigging up Satan. Even your name bigs up Satan. Little Uzi, Lucifer. That's what your real name is, Little Uzi, Lucifer. Do you understand what you're doing? Dog, you don't know what you're doing, fam. And that's why I'm here telling you guys, your last warning. Because if I told you what God's going to do to you, I've seen all this stuff with you celebrities. I've seen all y'all dying. I'm not going to tell you what's about to happen to you. I'm trying to lead you to the truth so you can avoid it. So there's a difference. Instead of warning somebody, I'd rather tell them what to do to get away from it. Find a relationship with Jesus Christ. Fast. You've been blaspheming God for a long time, eating insects, everything blasphemous. A lot of blasphemy. Not about your cars or your music. I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at your actions and what you say out your mouth. Remember, what defileth a man and what cometh out of his mouth, not what he eats. You've been defiling for a long time, little nigga. You've been defiling. You defiled left and right. And I let you slide for years. I let you slide years, little nigga. I could have sent a curse on you so crazy, you would have died instantly. Son, do you want to get cursed? Because even if I don't, God's going to find you, yo. He's hunting y'all down. Y'all hiding. Even though you're riding around your fence car, you're hiding, God. You're hiding. You're hiding. You're not out in the open. I told you, if you guys don't like God, look up and curse him. Yell it like a man, nigga. You're not a man. If you don't yell it, you ain't a man. You're not a man with it. Funny thing is, you guys are suckers. I yelled up at God when I had a problem. I was yelling. You guys can't even do that. You just do sinful things. It's like, take that, God. You're a coward. I yelled up at God from the top of my lungs. But I'm telling you, I wouldn't advise it for you. He's going to kill you. He don't like you. Uzi Vert, God don't like you right now. So, I'm working with him to work through this. But right now, he doesn't like you because of things you said. And you don't even find him. Right now, you need to pray and tell Jesus you're sorry. You better find it, man. Fast. Let's go. For the crux. Jeremiah chapter 46, starting at the 12th. The nations have heard of thy shame, and thy cry hath filled the land. For the mighty man hath stumbled against the mighty, and they are falling both together. Both of them fell. They came up against people who were mighty in Christ, and they both fell. Two different people that were both different workers of iniquity, different types, fell, trying to be combative. Because when God's with you, who can be against you? Nobody. When God is with me, son, this is why you need to find God. It gets tragic for my enemies, man. It gets tragic because I got God for real. When I say tragic, I mean, you guys play with spirits to do something. Me, I say God, and that's all I got to do. I know the person's dead. I be like, hey, God. I talk to God for real. I know the person's dead. I ain't got to think about it. They're dead for sure. Do you know how many people died playing around with me? There's a lot of people dead because they played games. You got to shoot someone to kill them. I got to think of them, and they're dead. That's the difference between me and you. Say I had a problem with you, Uzi Vert. I think of you, you're gone. Son, I think of you, and I start chanting in the Bible, reading verses, you would die. I will see you die on the news. I'm not even going to tell you celebrities that I did readings on behind the scenes, they died. I'm not going to say nothing. You're just going to see it for yourself. Let's get to it. Let's get to this, though. They are falling both together. The word that the Lord spake to Jeremiah, the prophet, how Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, should come and smite the land of Egypt and publish, declare ye in Egypt and publish Naph, and in Typhanes say ye, stand fast and prepare thee, for the sword shall devour round about thee. Right there. That's why I do it how I do it. I know when I do a certain prayer, I know that my enemy's going to die. Right there. I know. Some dudes, I spared them. I know. There's a lot of people that died playing with me, fam. They're in a grave right now with a tombstone. I would literally showed up at their family funeral to see them die because they made the choice to die, not me. They chose to test me, and they lost their life because they came against a child of the Most High God, nigga. That's why they're dead, okay? Play with us. You'll die. For sure you're dead. I know you're dead because I know God doesn't have any liking for you because of your sin. Your sin is so profound and you don't even care. And God shows me this stuff. I see it. I could look you up on your page. I go on there right now. I see it. I read what you're talking about. You're reprobate. You're lost, son. You got to find God. You're very lost. I was looking at your page laughing for hours because it's just so sad. You are ashamed. You're ashamed. I don't care how rich, how many jewels. You're ashamed because you follow Satan. And Satan's ashamed. And a loser, and a weakling, and a beat up, tragic hiding coward. He's been hiding for centuries from God. Why? Why would I big that guy up when he's a coward hiding? You big up cowards? Is that what we do in Philly? That's nothing we do. What are you doing? You're stepping away from your roots and you're being drawn in by Satan, losing your position. Listen, I read this. Satan can teleport you places, take you places, but he won't sustain you. God sustains you. What aren't you getting? You don't read, and that's the problem. You run your mouth. You're a young nigga running your lips, and I'm helping you because there's a lot that you don't know about. A lot of bad that Satan's planning for you. Like, literally, God is able to let me see things you'll never see. You're in derision. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see a thing I'm talking about because you're in derision. Literally. Today, I saw him today. He's in derision. He's lost. He don't know what he's doing. He's up there posting random things still. Guys, everybody here that's rocking with me, yo, talk to the little nigga. Jay, talk to that little nigga. He's not being wise. And the devil's moving closer, fam. Like, the devil, the stuff I'm seeing, he's setting you up so weak. He's weak. Stop letting this weak demonic being set you up. He's weak. He's defeated. He lost. Revelation 9, read it. He died. Stop worshiping a dead deity. Ridiculous. These guys are lost. Round about thee. Why are the valiant men swept away? Why are they? Because they get caught up in... Yo. They stood not because the Lord had... Hold on. The Lord did drive them. He made many to fall. Yea, right there. That's why I pray to God. He makes my enemies die. What does fall mean? That means out of nowhere they'll collapse. They could be walking, running their lips like they're something, but they're nothing before God. They'll die randomly. A lot of these old niggas are going to die at random. People going to be like, what's wrong with their hearts? They're going to have heart attacks and drop. There's nothing healthy about them because they don't have God, and God don't like these losers. God don't like them at all. He's going to wipe them out. They think waking up they did something. No. Tomorrow they can die. They go to sleep tonight. They say they go to sleep right now. What if they die in their sleep? What if they die in their sleep for taking a nap? What are they going to tell God? Oh yeah, I was going to get right back. That J verse won't work. You got to find them while you're breathing. You guys are ridiculous. Funny almost. Hilarious. It's funny almost like, I know this is crazy, but it's going to be sad because when they pass away, I know I'm going to laugh. I know I am, because it's just so wicked the way they live their life. Like the way they live their lives is so evil. Like they don't deserve no good. And like heaven's too good for them. Like they never cared about God at all. Like a lot of these dudes, and it's sad. Like they mock them. But here's my thing. You guys are like, oh, that's kind of ill. No, listen. They don't care about them, but they mock them. Why do they mock them? Because they're wicked. They're evil. They'll quickly say, GD, God this, God that, God that. But they won't pray to him. They're going to die. When I say die, I'm talking about the second death. They're going to go to hell for eternity because they're wicked. They're very wicked. They live wicked lives and they know it. They wake up knowing they're wicked. They look in the mirror knowing that they ain't shit. They know it. They know it. They know. They ain't got to be told. They already know. You look them in their eyes, they fucking know. I look them in their eyes, they fucking know. They know. Lord, forgive me. It's just so real. These dudes are wicked, man. I'm talking, yo, this morning I was looking through all this stuff these people are, yo, they're evil, dog. Hold on, they're evil. Because these dudes are evil, man. Sir, you got to turn from that evilness. I'm saying that because you're part of the influence, man. It's not just your music. It's what you say in it. Okay? It's what you say. And let us go again to our own people and to the land of our nativity from the oppressing sword. Right there, the oppressing sword. What do they use? Use power to oppress people. That's the oppressing sword. That's what they use in royalty. They use their power to oppress and own everything they can. Just like he did. This was in Egypt. What did the Pharaoh do? Yo, come on. They did cry. Their Pharaoh king of Egypt is but a noise. These lame ass dudes are just making noise. That's all they're doing, just making noise. Literally, you guys hear me reading people making noise. That's all they're doing. They're not getting anything good in life. When they die, they're gone. So what is it they're talking about? Yo, they're making noise because what they say isn't even important to God. God doesn't even care that when they speak, God laughs. Like, are you still talking? Like God just, and then God goes on like they didn't talk. That's how you're supposed to be when wicked people run their mouth. Let them run their mouth. They're going to die. When they're dead, what are they going to say in death? When they're a dead body in the casket, can they speak? No, they're dead. And nothing they said when they lived was useful anyway. By scripture. This is the Bible, nigga. This is the Bible. Come on now. Nothing good to God. If God doesn't see value in what you do and say, it's not valuable at all. By scripture, yo. Let's get it. They did cry. Their Pharaoh king of Egypt is but a noise. He hath passed the time appointed. As I live, saith the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts, surely as Tabar, and is among the mountains, and as Carmel by the sea. So shall he come, and as camel by the sea, so shall he come. Thou daughter dwelling in Egypt, furnish thyself to go into captivity. For Noth shall be waste and desolate without inhabitant. Right there. God's letting them know it was going to be destroyed because he was done with the people. Same thing he's going to do with the daughter of Babylon, y'all. He's going to destroy us because of the wickedness. What did God say in his Bible? People know they're doing things God talked against. They know, but they're like, I want to do this. What does God say? The pride is going to be the downfall of man. It's their pride. My pride is I deserve to do this because I am me. Right there's what they tell themselves every day, even though they know they're doing sin. They say, I'm going to do this because I want to do it. Whatever I take with it, I'm going to do. When they do die, they're going to regret every day they ever said that. But look how long we're living. All those years they lived and they still didn't find him or obey him. Hellfire is the least they're getting. They're going to get in prison. Some people are going to be in chains of darkness. Why do I say that? Because when we look at perdition, we're getting there. We're going to talk about it. Now, your reading got to be Jeremiah 46, verse 1 to 11. And then you got to go read 20 to 28. These verses are how you're going to get the understanding of where we're headed. Because now we're talking about Jesus and the different miracles he did and what's going to happen to these wicked men of perdition. We already got the qualities of workers of iniquity. We know what they are. Pride happy is major in the iniquity community. They're pride happy. Why do you think they mock the thing? They're mocking God. God brought the rainbow and threw the rainbow over the sky to let us know he's not flooding the earth. When did it become a symbol for anybody? That was for God, not man. We steal God's symbols and we make it for what we want. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy against God. That's committing the ultimate sin against God. Whenever you take God's symbols and signs in the Bible and use them in real life and make it mean what you want it to mean, that's blasphemy, meaning you're doing directly what Satan does. That's what Satan did to God. That's what hell is doing to you. It's creating blasphemy to you. So your blasphemy and all your sin will be given back to you for eternity. So your sin you took up on, you're going to get a specific ending, and God's going to continue to repeat it to you for eternity because you didn't want to make the choice to turn to him. That's why we all got to find him. Find a relationship with God, okay? You got to build a relationship. That means you should be having conversations, praying as much as possible daily, doing the things you need to do to be set apart from this world and the wickedness in it. You got to find a way to do it. You got to make it happen. We're human. He knows we're going to sin. You got to find forgiveness in Jesus Christ. Nothing, no other name. You guys are being tricked. Jesus Christ is the one, man. Trust me. All rights reserved.